Hi, how are you, my lovelies? This is Althea, and today we are going to be talking about 5 ways to use magic every day. I know I wanted to talk about this because as beginner witch, a baby witch, I have been learning about how to slowly incorporate magic into my life and how to cultivate our intentions and to incorporate spell work without being too noticeable per se. So I gathered a list of 5 things which I hope to make into a series as I grow as a witch, and I hope these will help you. So let's get started. Just to give you a little background of myself, I have been learning more about folk magic. I am an eclectic witch, but I also am really drawn to green witchery, kitchen craft, and also divination. So the first one does go into divination, which is meditation or spirit flight. Meditation is a great way to incorporate your intentions without anyone seeing. You can create magic or create spell work in your own mind, in your own body. And that is so cool because no one else is judging or no one else is looking at you. If you have anxiety, it's a perfect way to just start out with cultivating intentions and really honing in on what you want. So the way I use meditation is I will usually wake up in the morning, and when I watch the sunrise, I will meditate. Or I will journal. That can be a form of meditation where I set an intention and I write it over and over again, or I will write my life as how I want it to be during that day, and I will try and create that intention into life. So another way you can do meditation is by using affirmations during it, or you could also just use a guided meditation. But while you're doing the guided, just think of what you would like to bring about. So today I'm going to use it because I follow the days of the week. So today is Wednesday. I might have some intention of travel in the future because Wednesdays usually bring about some sort of travel, communication, divination, psychic abilities, intuition. So maybe I want to travel today. And so in my meditation, I might have a mantra or a thought. I am going to travel to wherever you want, or I am traveling to. After you say that, take some time to put yourself in that surrounding. So during your meditation, if let's say you thought of Australia, think about what Australia looks like. Take a moment. Is it warm? Is it hot? Is it cold? What's around you? Are you by the ocean? Are you on a beach? Are you in a nature preserve? Are you on a walk? You know, how does the sand feel under your feet? Or how do the waves sound as they crash? Take in those senses, that sight, smell, taste, sounds, and then your 5th sense too, which is like in your mind, I think. I don't know. But yeah, fully immerse in the place because you are there, and it's just a matter of time before you get there. And I wanted to introduce spirit flight to you very quickly because I was just recently introduced to it, and I've found that it's a lot harder than you think, but a lot scarier than you think. So spirit flight is something that hedge witches really delve into, and it is something in folkloric magic. So in this, it's where you are crossing over into the spirit realm, and you can do that through a sort of meditation. So as you are laying down, you envision your body being pulled, or your spirit being pulled from your body, and you are able to walk into the spirit realm. And through that, you can find familiar spirits or older ones who can guide you and provide either information or assistance when you're doing spells. So I've been really trying to get a better understanding of that and to work into that. I'm not really sure if I'm doing it right yet or not, but I will definitely update you with a video later on if you'd like to learn more about that. It is something that I've seen a lot in folkloric magic though. Number 2, Charm bags. Charm bags are awesome. Charm bags are little bottles. They are a great way to conceal or to store spells and intentions on a smaller scale. So charm bags and stuff like that can have a lot of power given the time of day, the season, the moon cycle, whatever you go by. If it is a spell associated with prosperity or financial gain, maybe do it on a Thursday, or do it on a waxing moon or a full moon where your powers will be heightened. If it's really something big like acquiring a large sum of money or acquiring a new job or a new opportunity or something very, very grand that you feel needs to draw a lot of power, then maybe do it on a full moon, or maybe do it during a time of rebirth. I wanted to read off a spell that I'm going to be making right now. So this is a charm bag spell that I found from my folkloric book, which I will be talking to you about in another video, so stay tuned because I'm probably going to do a book video for beginners. So this is a charm for prosperity. So all you need for this spell is a bag or a little jar or whatever you have in your house. And you also need some small yellow flowers. It can be buttercups, or I am using in my spell forsythias, and you only need 3. This is going to be a charm bag for prosperity, for growth. So this one, you are going to take 3 of those yellow flowers and set them into the bag or bottle one at a time while saying this chant. 3 ladies roamed across the land, each with a piece of gold in her hand. The first one said, "I want some." The second one said, "I need some." The third one said, "I have some, just as I wished, plenty of gold to fill my dish." That is just one spell which you saw me do. I didn't do it, just a disclaimer, I never do my spells 100% on camera because I take a lot of time in my spells of grounding, cleansing, clearing, showing up with that intention, and also connecting with my spirits. I do not want to violate that or decrease that relationship, if you understand what I mean. This is kind of like a mock spell, just so you know. All my spells are pretty much going to be like this. Yes, using charm bags are really, really convenient. You can throw it in your bag, in your car, in your room, under your bed, under your mat, under your bed, under your pillow, wherever feels like you will generate that intention and continue to think about it, because spells only work if you continue to believe and act towards that intention. Number 3. Number 3 is journaling and reading. This is a really self-explanatory one. If you are in the broom closet, journaling, reading, writing down everything you find, everything you know, everything you read is really, really helpful. What I do is I read the book while highlighting or taking notes, and then after a little bit I go to my grimoire and write it all down in my pages to always have it as a wealth of information. Information is amazing and is revolutionary. If you know, the day of the week, the month, the moon phase, everything like that, in culmination with your intention and your spells, your power is only going to grow. And journaling, taking the time to understand everything you're feeling. If you wake up after a spell and you're feeling groggy, write that down. That could be a source of spell work, and that maybe your intentions weren't clear, or maybe the spirits were telling you that, clear your intentions before you come here, or maybe it wasn't cleansed. Stuff like that can really, really benefit you. And I want to go back into my folklore roots, in that in folkloric magic, you wrote everything down. They created their grimoires, and that was passed down through your ancestors as witchcraft. We cannot rely as much on, modern day witches rely a lot on books to form their information or create their spells and all that, But it is mainly a practice, and practice requires trial and error. Practice requires you failing spells multiple times and coming out the other side with a spell that works for you, because spell work and witchcraft is all tailored to you. 4. This one is by far my favorite. I am a baker at heart. Baking or stirring sigils or drawing sigils into your baking and coffee practice and some rituals. So like I said, I bake a lot. Say you created a sigil for prosperity and luck. You can actually draw that sigil into your pie crust, when you're stirring, you can stir that sigil. When you are cutting, you could cut the sigil into the fruit before cutting it. Whatever works for you, combine your spell work into your baking. Even if that's just stirring it and having the intention of, as I stir, prosperity comes my way. As I cut, I am removing the negativity from my life. Stuff like that. Really having that intention and understanding that simple practices can still create that manifestation or that spell or whatever you want to call it. And then I combined it with coffee. So coffee is something that, or tea, is something that pretty much every person has in the morning. So I'm going to use tea in this equation. But let's say I have a nice cup of black tea. I'm going to let it steep for like 5 to 7 minutes until it gets very, very dark, or if you have a dark cup of coffee. And then when I pour my creamer into my tea, I am not going to mix it. So I'm going to allow it to create shapes, and I'm going to look for images in those shapes. So let's say I pour my creamer into my coffee. This is also called scrying. If you're making coffee or tea, stir your sigil in as you're mixing in your sugar or milk. Pretty simple. Then we have the last one, which is number 5. And so the last one is probably one of the most important and the hardest, which is becoming aware of your surroundings and being grateful for them. So this one is pretty, you don't need anything, pretty difficult, and something that takes a lot of time and practice. When you become a witch or get into the form of the practice of witchcraft, you learn that the world is very, very vast and different than what you thought it was. And I have been coming to that realization recently, and I think you always are in that realization, because we think of all these things, these mystical creatures, these spirits, these forces of nature, and we think that they're all fake, or maybe they're just in books or movies, and we realize there's some truth to it. And it's scary, but being aware allows us to understand what we can ask for and what we need to be grateful for. So even the slight realization that we live in a world full of abundance is massive. If you understand that everything you want is already in the universe and can come to you, your world opens. So just becoming aware of everything surrounding you and having the gratitude, being grateful for everything that you have, being grateful for your practice, being grateful for the spirits that guide you, providing offerings, and will advance your practice so much more. And a little bonus I wanted to add in there, because this has helped me tremendously, is having people who understand your passion. I was mainly solitary, and now I have gone to Facebook covens. So I don't use these as normal covens. Like, I don't use these for you know, getting people together and creating rituals, but I use them for advice, for spells, for charms, for anything that they can offer me. Really is super helpful to have people who are in the same boat as you, doing the same thing as you, and passionate about the same things as you. So either joining a Discord or a Facebook group can really, really help you, and it's something that you don't have to be public about. It can be on a private Facebook or a private Discord chat, And you can use a pseudonym if you want. I mean, I use my witch name, which is Althea. So it's just a way to kind of delve into that world. So I hope you enjoyed this little 5 and a bonus of ways to use magic every day, and I hope that you got something out of this. If not, I hope that this kind of allowed you to dip your toes into witchcraft. I'm a baby witch, and I'm gonna be real, a lot of these tips have helped me, and they will grow as I grow. So I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope you all practice safely and allow the universe to guide you and take you along your magical adventure. With love. Bye, guys.